JT, where do you feel like that one went away from you guys?
Maybe seeing them shoot 46 free throws and our guys just playing, back-to-back from 36 hours ago, playing a double overtime. But, I was more disappointed in my team allowing 30 points in the first quarter and allowing Brisbane to get that groove going. And, once you get a team going like that, professional team, it's tough to stop. But we allowed them to shoot 46 free throws and stopped our momentum, our flow, because we're a transition-type team. And, and they played well. They played well. They're at home. They had a good crowd behind them. And, just unfortunate that we couldn't pull it on off.
You're a team that's lent on your defense since you become head coach.
Yep.
What do you feel like went wrong on that end of the floor, giving up 110 points?
Mainly communication and not paying attention to the scout with us. We were supposed to go over on screens on certain guys. We went under and got caught a couple times. And then, at the end of the day, we were undisciplined, fouling about 4 to 5 times behind the three-point line and allowed them to get rhythm in the free throw. So it was multiple things with our guys, which at the end of the day, we'll clean it on up once we get back next week. And learn from our mistakes and build off of it.
You played 11 guys. Obviously, you played that game in Tassie that went over, and you had a lot of travel. What does that say about the fact that you were in this game, about the depth of this team?
Oh, like I said, that's the strength of our group, is our depth. So, I told everybody after the Tassie game, to be ready to play short minutes early, and everybody's going to be used. So I was a man of my word. I stuck with it, and those guys were ready. But once again, we dug ourselves too deep a hole and allowed a good team to get into a groove.
Sam, you and Gary were pretty effective inside. Why don't you think you were able to get consistent sort of buckets and consistent effectiveness out of you guys?
I think they probably did a good job on their scout. Made it hard to get it in, and sometimes I think there was a few times where they forced us to over dribble or penetrate and or even just swing it around where it didn't go inside. And that might be why we didn't get as many free throws as them. I think there was a few possessions where we just stuck it in the perimeter, and we'll have to watch the film and look at why, because we got them one more time. But
how have you enjoyed the partnership with Gary? We've asked him about it. He likes playing alongside you. What have you made of the partnership between you two?
Yeah, it's been great. I think we're really getting a good feel for each other, and it's fun to play with. We have such a good combination with Tyler now to add J-Rob and Gary into that mix. It's nice, and I think we've been playing some pretty good and consistent basketball.
J-Rob's coming to his form, and Tyler had a big one tonight. What does it do for your game that Gary is coming good as well, and now those two are doing well? What does that do for you?
It just opens it up so much, because who do you guard? If there's 4 guys that can put the ball in the bucket at any point, it makes it easier for those 4 guys because you can't help.
You got Cairns on Thursday, sort of a quick turnaround. What's the message to the team coming after this one and going into that?
Just basically rest up and learn from our mistakes, and not allow a solid professional team to jump out on us so early and then fighting from the behind. And then once again, pay attention to our scout and pay attention to details and collectively keep playing together. We at the end we was enjoyed and had a great chance with the 4-game winning streak that we had, and we're not going to put our heads down at all. So we just want to make sure we come back and bounce back from this loss.
Last time you guys were here, it was a 1-point loss. That was your second game as head coach. What's the difference between the Hawks of then and the ones now in front of you?
Our toughness, our will to win, and us understanding we can win every game, and our continuity is much better as well too. So, like I said, these guys, before I even got in the locker room, they were letting each other know, keep your heads up, we're good. So the positive message that they're giving each other is is genuine.
Chris, you're welcome to jump in. Oh, sorry, Mitch.
Hey guys, hey JT, hey Sam.
So Mitch.
JT, when you look into it's a tough road double. We spoke about it beforehand about how tough that sort of swing would be to sort of split that, and I suppose even tonight, coming off that tough one, being in that one for so long. I think they went out to 12 a couple of times, out to 10, and you pulled it back on a couple of times, just felt that little bit short. But do you still feel, as a block, that sort of road swing is something that you're pretty happy with and can take a lot out of it?
Yeah, before we took the road games, we was like 2-0 is our goal for sure. 1-1 we'll live with, but we're not dealing with 0-2. So because we're a better team than that, and we're gonna walk out here with our heads up, but we're disappointed of how we let one get away. So, but at the end of the day, we got another doubleheader next week, and hopefully we get better results.
I know you touched on it just before too, but I guess in that lineup in the third quarter, you really gave guys like Davo and Toddy a lot of sort of time there. Was that a plan given the amount of work a lot of the starters had to do 2 days ago? And is it also a sign of, I guess, the growing faith you've got
It was
in those guys?
Yeah, both. But we wanted to make sure that I felt that those guys can keep that lead or get us a lead or keep that score at a respectable pace to where we can get these guys in for the fourth, because I knew I was going to really ask of them a lot in the fourth, because we wanted to make sure that in early off I had these guys going about 4-minute stints, and I didn't want them to go over about 5 to 6 where I normally keep their starting minutes at, and we want to make sure that fourth quarter they was as fresh as possible. And yes, I do trust those guys enough to do their best to keep the lead where it was at or gain the momentum.
And obviously it probably goes a little bit without saying, but when you're coming back home and having a double at home, just tonight you were fourth, you've dropped to sixth. You dropped from fourth to seventh in the space of 17 seconds. The other night is going to be a real sort of snakes and ladders game. Go without saying that's going 2-0 in this home doubles essential.
Yeah, we know every game we have is a dogfight from now on, and we can go from 10th to 3rd if we have 2-game winning streak. So right now we just want to make sure we win every game possible. And when we do have these, we probably have the most double road games in the rest of the season, and so we got and a lot of pressures on us to maintain our endurance and everything else to find a way to win. So yeah, it's very important that we get these games on, especially at home.
And just one more for me for Sam. Sam, what's it been like? Tonight's probably the type of game that not too long ago would have probably got away from you guys once that lead went out to sort of double digits. Maybe against Tassie, it might have been one that you wobbled down the stretch and couldn't get back into. How was in this last little stretch where you've been stringing some wins together? How was the belief and the confidence in the playing group sort of changed from where those type of games sort of were getting away from you before this run?
I mean, it's high because we all believe in each other. I think that first part of the season was working that out, and then JT took over and he instilled that even more into us, and then we won, and then we win again and again, and that's what was building the confidence, and now we're just going to keep rolling with it.
Thanks guys, that's it from me.
All good. Thanks guys.
Okay.